Hello, welcome back. We're now in Module 10. It's hard to believe that we're already halfway through the month of October. This week and next week, we're going to be talking about Buddhism, the sort of East Asian religion, and Hinduism, which is, of course, still the main religion of the country of India, and sort of their connection and sort of the ways they are similar, the ways they are different. These religions are very distinct, very different from the three Abrahamic religions that we spent the first quarter talking about. So it'll be interesting to have some conversation, some discussion about how they are different, how the practice of these religions are different, how their various beliefs are different, their relationships with deities are different, and go from there. So just a little bit of information about each, and then we're going to walk us through what we're doing this week. So we'll start with Buddhism, which is a religion largely from China. I'm going to use the word religion for both Buddhism and Hinduism, though many adherents of these religions don't really consider them to be religions, more ways of life or paths or individual choices or anything like that. It's a little bit different. There's no set universal system of beliefs like there is in Judaism or Christianity or Islam. In Buddhism, they broadly follow the Buddha's Four Noble Truths. The idea is, of course, to attain nirvana, to transcend sort of the suffering of everyday life, the suffering of the world, and to recognize the true nature of the world. These truths and their dukkha, which means suffering, samudaya, which means origin, nirodha, which is the ending of life and the beginning of the idea of enlightenment, and then marga, which is, of course, the path to, which is the path to enlightenment. Buddhism as a belief system, Buddhism as a religious structure, Buddhism as a philosophy, does not have deities in the way that we in sort of Western religions believe in deities. It's an entirely different concept, and it's going to require reading to sort of dig in and understand. We are definitely shifting gears fairly dramatically in this unit. There is a huge number of texts in Buddhism. There's not even a single agreement about which texts constitute Buddhism. Different countries and different groups within countries believe differently about which texts are canonical in Buddhism. And so it's more, you might consider Buddhism to be more an umbrella of beliefs, a term describing a wide range of beliefs, rather than a single set. It might be the easiest way to think about it. Now, Hinduism, which developed sort of in parallel with Buddhism in many ways, is similar. It's again, entirely different than Abrahamic religions. But Buddhism does have a few more recognizable structures. There are deities. So one of the confusing things about Hinduism to someone who comes from a monotheistic background is that these deities, there's a number of them, and a number of them have a huge number of avatars. For example, Krishna, which is a deity of whom you've probably heard before, is worshipped in his own right as a god, but also as the eighth avatar of Vishnu, another god. And so it gets confusing to try to put the mental idea and the mental paradigm of Abrahamic religions onto this, because the deity system does not in any way work the same way. There are more recognizable texts. There's a large number of them, way more than just the Bible or the Torah and Talmud in Judaism or the Quran in Islam. Some of the texts, some of the sort of umbrellas of texts in Hinduism are the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, the Mahabharata, and the Ramayana. All of these, and this is not nearly an exhaustive list, just so you know. All of these contain aspects of Hindu religious practice that are important for, day-to-day adherents of various varieties. There's, of course, as in Buddhism, a wide range of Hindus who believe different things, who worship different deities, who have different modes of practice. The reason that I'm teaching these together, the reason we're talking about them together, is because they both require a similar mental shift to understand what religion means in other parts of the world. That being said, we're going to do Buddhism and Hinduism this week and next week, and then followed by other Eastern or Middle Eastern religions. I do want to point out that you have a final project. By the end of this week, you need to have chosen and started researching whichever religion it is that you are going to research. I will post a Google form on Canvas under a module for the final project that you'll see, where you will both have to identify which religion you're going to prepare to teach to people, and two sources that you're going to need to have already identified. So I want you to spend some time this week working on it. I will, again, hold my office hours at 7:30 on Thursday morning, 7:30 to 8. You have the Zoom link, is the announcement from last week. But of course, if you have any questions between now and then, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to address them, to talk you through anything, if you want to bounce ideas off me. Other than that, have a great homecoming week, and I'll talk to you soon.